Welcome to Cannabis School. I'm your host, Jesse Angeles.
And I'm Brandon Elder.
And we're here to talk to you about everything pertaining to cannabis, from vape,
flower,
edibles,
strains,
and everything in between.
Ready, kids?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
SpongeBob SquarePants. Absorbent in yellow and Taurus is he.
SpongeBob SquarePants. If nautical nonsense be something you wish.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
The drop on the deck and flop like a fish. Drop on the deck and flop like a fish. There we go. Ready?
SpongeBob SquarePants.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Sponge SquarePants.
There needs to be a funny one of those, though.
Yeah.
Oh, I go this way.
Oh, all right. You're gonna have to know where we're going then, because I have no idea.
Yeah, I've driven this way so many different times. Did it already 3 times?
Yeah, I just was struggling.
Oh, yeah.
I pushed it like 5 times and it didn't do anything.
My name is Jeff.
My name is Jeff.
Do you remember that from?
Oh, yeah.
21 Jump Street?
Yeah. I love that.
My name is Jeff.
I haven't seen that movie in a minute, but...
Dude, it's been a while. You know one movie Steph and I tried to watch just a little while ago?
What's that?
White Chicks.
Okay, and?
It was so fucking stupid. It's been a long time since I've seen that. But the first scene where they're like they're like undercover and it's just a
Mexican, or the ice cream parlor?
Yes, it was so fucking
My kids love that movie. Oh, it's like one of their favorites.
I can't watch it, and we
White
tried
Chicks.
to.
Oh, man. Yeah. I was like, oh, that's okay. Emily and I tried to watch, was it How I Met Your Mother? I don't think we finished the first episode. It was like, oh gosh, can't do this. This feels like really, really dumb.
It's like Bad Boys, dude. I watched Bad Boys, and I was like, oh shit, gotta get...
Yeah, honestly, some of those are like, some are funny, and then some of the old, like, nostalgic stuff, you're like, how in the hell was I laughing at this? Like, why did I ever find this funny? This isn't even funny, you know? But that's okay. Today, we're checking out some Blue Dream.
Yeah, from
Betty Wellness.
Betty Wellness here in Utah. You know, we've kind of avoided this one, either consciously or subconsciously. You pick. But it's because we've had Blue Dream so much throughout the years, but you know, we've never had theirs. And so I was like, you know, it really does depend upon the grower of your experience, especially when it comes to Blue Dream.
It really does, yeah. And honestly, there's been so many, and it was even interesting because when we went and picked up Blue Dream, we were talking with one of the employees from the company there, and they were talking about how they actually don't have a very successful tie with Blue Dream. And I was like, that's really interesting, because Blue Dream, a lot of growers actually shit all over it because they go, it's a really easy to grow, high strain,
Commonly
so
counterfeited.
0 effort to, try and create. And I think from a standpoint of a business going, or like consumer, does that matter? As long as the experience is good, it does what you're needing to, does that really truly matter?
Nah, I think it really comes down to what you're using it for. So, oh man, I don't even have the bag, but you have the bag.
Oh.
What is the terpene profile on this? I'm curious on it. Now, this one doesn't, this is very Blue Dream. It's a very bitter taste.
Yeah, it's a very unique flavor profile with this one. So theirs is, top terpenes are myrcene, alpha-pinene, Caryophyllene, beta-pinene, and limonene. So it's a very unique...
yeah, it's very... Myrcene being the number one, because it's not... Yeah.
And I honestly, normally I get a lot more citrusy notes or that from Blue Dream when I use it in like a bong or a joint even.
Yeah.
But in the dry vaporizer, I don't really feel like I've noticed a lot of those types of notes.
No, it's very bitter.
Yes. Now this one's really not high. It's literally 22.8% THC. And, I was also talking about this because it was like, a lot of the people even here, they focus on
percentage.
high THC percentage, going, oh, hey, what is the THC percentage? Like, where is that at? And some of the ones that are actually really good strains and amazing experiences are like low 20s.
Yep.
You know, and they're like,
Yep.
they're not selling very well. People just don't like them. But it's such an incredible experience.
Well, and what this one is very... Whoa. That's weird. So this one is really... Okay, so why I'm saying that, you're going to laugh. I feel this in my nose. But not just in my nose. I feel this in my sinuses.
Like very clear?
Just tingling like crazy.
Yeah.
And it's like right here on my head, on my brow. Like it's pretty impressive. It's weird.
That is quite weird. I do notice like my nostrils, like my sinuses feel almost more open from it. Like it's...
oh yeah.
You looking for something?
Oh yeah. No, you're good. Just slide it in here.
So if we're doing that, and let's pause on this, roll down all your windows real fast, and you can air out the flower smell. Luckily with that stuff, that doesn't take too long. There we go. Light break for femboys. My other ride is your mom.
That was a good. If you honk,
if you're going to ride my ass, at least pull my hair.
That's fucking funny. What's that?
If you honk at me, I will kill myself. What? Okay.
You gotta get that shirt.
I put it on a shirt. I don't like stickers on my cars.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I am not a sticker guy.
Or motorcycles. I like them clean. I like them, you know. I see that sometimes where people have their cars and their windows are all covered with stickers from their kids, and I'm like,
the fuck?
What? Why?
Yeah,
what's wrong with you?
I don't know. I got a sticker on my car.
I see that.
Like, you know, the future car probably won't even have a shifter.
I know. It's just
weird.
like think, drive. So it's a very calming, very mellow, subtle
Super
strain.
mellow.
Like it's not. Honestly, I feel like it's a good daytime strain, though.
It's a chill out strain for sure. Like you could take this and going, yeah, I think I'm just gonna relax, and you can get a lot done on this one. So it is that relaxing blue dream feel, but very much just in my brow. I don't feel it anywhere.
I feel it in my chin, in my cheeks.
Oh, yeah,
very
yeah,
much
yeah.
in my face.
Yeah, almost a cooling type.
That's what I was saying. In my sinuses, it felt more open, like I could breathe better, but also cooler too.
Yeah, maybe the Myrcene, because I don't see a lot of Myrcene.
Well, I wondered if it's like beta-caryophyllene or something. The alpha-pinene is supposed to be a bronchial dilator, so maybe that is what causes it, because there's also alpha-pinene in there, I believe. So looking at that, you know, going, maybe it's those percentages that certain strains help you actually breathe better in certain instances.
I think this one would be. I mean, one, no cough at all. None.
No, very smooth.
Extremely smooth. The taste, I don't care. It's burning plant. Like, what are you supposed to?
It was very baked plant. It wasn't a very flavorful experience. And maybe we'll have to check that one out on like George Jetson or something, because it just, the experience of the flavor profile with the vaporizer, and we were using Air Vapes vaporizer, the Steampunk edition, which looks fantastic, is a really pleasant, nice experience.
That's my favorite. Like even the Mighty, like it's okay, but I like the control I get and the size and just everything about the Air Vapes. Air Vapes has turned out to be my favorite one I got, because the only reason why I use my Mighty, and I hate to say this, guys, but I only use my Mighty when I didn't charge my Air Vape.
Which is funny, because I'm the reverse.
Yeah.
I only use my Air Vapes when
your Betsy's,
when the store's in Bickelstead. Then I'm
but
like,
I
on the show. Sometimes because I don't like the lightsaber effect that the Venti has on the mic. But
I do like the Venti. The Venti is amazing. It is probably their flagship product, I would say, right now.
Yeah.
Like, it used to be the mighty. It's never really been the crafty. Volcano's always been their standby.
It's great, but not everyone uses that. Not everyone has that like big desktop one. Not everyone has that.
Nobody smokes it. Not everybody smokes in their house.
Yeah, or wants that big of a piece visible in their house. Because like any of these little handheld ones are way more discreet. You know, you can put it away if you've got kids or family members or anything else, or a partner. You know, it's not like, hey, I've got this big device that I need to figure out where I'm going to store it.
So, this strain, very illuminating. Like, it's caffeinated. In the feeling of, like, how caffeine wakes you up. Like, when you haven't had caffeine in a while, which for you is, like, never.
Yeah.
But, for me, I rarely have caffeine. I have tiny bits of caffeine here and there. And 20 milligrams now, like, my eyes go, wow. Like I'm on meth.
I mean, a normal cup of coffee is probably 50, 60 milligrams of caffeine. That's about what I usually have is a cup of coffee.
Yeah, you're like 3
Sometimes
times the amount.
Too, if I'm like really fucking tired or, you know, just sounds delicious later.
Yeah, I get on my kids if they're drinking energy drinks, I'm like, throw that shit away.
Yeah.
That's fucking horrible. That's gonna fuck you up.
It's so bad. I didn't feel energy drinks until I was drinking 2 or 3 of them in succession. Like, it was crazy, and that was when I was young. I never had caffeine growing up because mine was like, oh, that's against the church. You can't have that. So, you know, we were never allowed to.
And it turns out it was just somebody in the church just said, maybe that's bad.
Over a pulpit, and so then they're like, everyone else
weird.
is like, oh, Utah County, better not do that.
Yeah, and then it spread like wildfire.
Yep. Oh yeah, well that's why for the longest time it was, you know, everyone. Everyone was like, yeah, no, Mormons don't drink caffeine.
You know, there was this guy, he married my wife and I. He was this bishop, and when he became a bishop, he had to stop drinking his Pepsi. I'm like, what? That's so ridiculous. Oh, now you have this. Now you can't drink that Pepsi. It's just as ridiculous as not eating meat on Friday. Like every other day is fine except that one. Just ridiculous human shit.
I know. Well, it's human.
Mm-hmm.
It's human. You know.
Okay, so Blue Dream, cottonmouthy, a little bit.
Not too bad though. I don't feel like I have super dry. I don't have clicky. I didn't bring a water bottle with me, and yet it's not
been bad. No, this whole morning, I mean, it's been really good.
Yeah.
But the negatives, I can see how this could give you a sativa headache. I'm already feeling.
I only feel it in my head.
I only feel it in my head, but I feel it like really heavy in my forehead, and so.
Which is weird because I don't feel like it's an overly sativa, but I do see what you're saying that like potentially in large doses, or if you're super new, that you know you might in higher amounts.
Because I don't feel super like THC elevated, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
Like I don't feel lethargic. I don't feel like groggy.
Spacey or
I feel loose. This would be something for like sports.
Yeah.
This would be great because
or even hiking.
Dude, my bronchial dilate, like, okay, I've been coughing a little bit, so hey, there you go.
Yeah.
So maybe Blue Dream, for those of you guys that have been difficulty in coughing a lot, I had to break away from Flame to Flower because I was smoking so much out of my bong every day.
Yeah, we did a dry herb January.
But it's helped me a lot. Now it's kind of, my bong's dirty.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really care. I want to smoke out of it, but I'm like, My vaporizer's working really well, and I've got so much flower to make tinctures. We'll do a whole show on how to do tinctures and edibles, and we'll cut it all together, and it'll be badass.
Dude, yeah, so because of the stress, I've been using way more product, and I noticed that I was using anywhere from probably 2.5 to 3.5 grams a day, at least. Yeah, so my decarb flower has just
exploded,
grown exponentially.
Yeah, it looks like a can of coffee grounds.
Well, it's totally full now.
Yeah.
So I gave you like half of it.
And you filled it back up.
It is, but it's like I cannot put more in it. It is as full as that jar will go now. So
my jar is full now. Like I keep adding a little bit every time. But that's why I like dry herbs so much, because I have to think, especially in these times, how do I stretch my herb?
Well, because I gave you probably half an ounce of decarbed flour.
Mm-hmm.
I have right now probably at least an ounce of decarbed flour.
Yep.
So it's nice to have.
It's going to be a great tinctures, like edibles or sugars.
Even the lotion that I made, my dad he's super messed up in his shoulder and his neck right now before his surgery he's got coming. And I gave him that lotion that I had made. And he put it on, and it's like almost instantaneous that it was taking away pain in that. And I realized, oh shit, that was literally just made with my decarbed flour and like this stuff that I made the lotion from. Like I can go make a whole nother batch right now. And
I need to make some
all of this stuff for it, So just simple things like that where, it's like, hey, how can I repurpose my product, reuse this, and get tinctures or sleep gummies or anything else out of this that I really want to make.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, we need to.
I've even thought about doing like cannabis infused shampoos, conditioners, things like that when I use them. So,
butt plugs.
Butt plugs.
They dissolve.
Yep.
Like, oh, it doesn't have a flat end.
Try rubbing it on the inside of my eyelid, seeing if it helps me on my eyesight.
Yep.
Now I can
actually
see it.
Putting it in tattoo ink.
Yep.
Getting tattooed.
Yeah. Now
although it kind of sucked.
I'm part plant.
Yeah, I am. Well,
I am
part
weed.
Plant. I am Groot.
I am weed.
There you go. That's the name you'll say if you're really high right now.
I am
say
weed.
I am Groot. Right? Comment down below. I am Groot. But yeah, I like this a lot. Okay, so over time, it's really settled in my face. I can feel it in my eyes, but I'm very. It's nice, but I really like this idea. Like, this would be great for the gym. This is a gym time strain. This is an active strain. Like,
honestly, even work stuff. If you had a lot of stuff, you're like, hey, I need to focus or get this shit done. Like, I feel like it's just a good productive kind of strain.
Oh yeah, this is a very productive strain. Highly recommended. It's got me excited. I'm looking for more terpene, myrcene focused strains now. I like this feeling. I want to know what other ones would really couple well with it. Dude, do you remember that time? Yeah, of course you remember that time. That time that I got into the Millennium Falcon and drove home?
Yeah.
Like you talked about yours, right? I I was just like sitting there and Chewbacca was standing next to me.
It's always snowing.
It's always snowing. When it's the craziest. But yeah, dude, that night when we were putting terps directly onto the flower, we got to do that again. We'll do that on the
edibles
show.
And stuff.
Oh fuck, we should do that on the show.
Okay.
Do you still have those, dude? We should play with those because
do you know how long it takes to go through an entire big bottle like that?
Oh my god,
it's so long.
Well, I mean, because you're not like really utilizing. Dude, we should do that with our edibles too. Let's research that.
Oh,
that's a good idea.
Well, if we just put a couple drops into the entire batch, it would just make it way more. Yeah,
let's research that. Yeah, because then we could really change up the profile. See, giving you ideas all the time.
We could add in a couple drops of myrcene to increase the high if we wanted to. We could put in a few drops of alpha pinene to help open, like, be a bronchial dilator and stuff. So there's all these things that we could do to craft that edible. I just don't know. As long as it's a small enough dose, it shouldn't hopefully ruin the flavor of whatever we're trying to make. So,
well, I was thinking about, like, because you talked about sugars and stuff like that, infused sugars. I was thinking would be cool is to make lollipops.
Yeah.
Because,
cool.
You can, and especially I was thinking about those that I know who want the edible, but they also don't want it all at once. Dude, how great is that?
Well, that's the Jolly Ranchers that I did. I actually thought were way better than almost any other edible that I've had, and here's the reason why. So when you create sugar and you do it through the alcohol, whatever, I feel like that creates almost like the nano. Maybe it's not nano, but it hits faster.
Oh yeah.
It kicks in faster when I make them through that infusion. So when I put it into an infused sugar, that kicks in faster through there. So when I'm melting that into a Jolly Rancher, a sucker, whatever it is, well, just like a tincture, it kicks in faster if you hold it under your tongue. So if you're sucking on a sucker or a Jolly Rancher or something, it's just slowly dissolving in your mouth where you're getting it in your mouth. So it's also going to kick in faster, but then it'll be more like a tincture where it kicks in because it's in your mouth, under your tongue. So I think that could be almost double good in that situation versus gummies or some other processes that there are for, edibles.
Yeah.
Even though it's more candy-like and that, it's still one of the better processes, I would think,
100%.
if you're going to create that. But
well, you think about it, dude. Like, say you wanted to go out with the missus or your significant other, and you're like, we're gonna take lollipops and go walk around the mall.
Oh, right.
Right? We're gonna get stoned on our vaporizer, and then we're gonna suck on these, and by the end, we're gonna visit the food court, and we're gonna go see a movie.
Well, your fun's gonna get better the longer you wander.
Yeah.
So.
And then you can just start fucking with people at the store, start asking them complex questions about that Thai store that nobody goes into.
Or if you get really high, just sit down and people watch.
Yeah.
The mall's a great place for that anyway.
Dude, you know the mall that we have, that was funny because I always think about Chris Rock. He goes, every town's the same. Everywhere you go, it's all the same. You got the mall, and if you don't like that one, we got the other mall. That's exactly, it's this social hub. But this would be awesome. Use this, and I could do a lot on this.
It's just such a, it would be so easy to be very conversational, even if you're not. It's just such a, not overly happy, but it just kind of takes everything away.
Yeah. I feel fantastic.
Not in some of the other ways where it's hey, it's just so peaceful, so overly happy or euphoric. It's just very subtle, but in an incredibly pleasant way.
Yeah.
And honestly, for those who are shit all over Blue Dream, why would you shit all over a really nice, pleasant experience?
I think it's just because it's been, again, it's so...
Maybe for them, it's like the song that's played on the radio over and over and over.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure Adele is a wonderful person, and she's a great singer and all that, but
she's got a beautiful voice.
I can't stand her songs because they were so overplayed.
Yeah.
And even bands that I really like, I'll sometimes do the same thing, but sometimes that song just hits a chord, so I put it on a playlist.
Yeah.
And that's the way that cannabis should be. It's your playlist. Just get different ones that are depending on the mood you're feeling.
And you'll always have your favorites that you come back to. But, there's always new, beautiful ones out there that you discover and go, oh, that's fantastic. Or other ones that you try and go, that's not my jam. That doesn't mean you have to stay away from all music or all cannabis. Maybe there's a song that's right for you and it's just not that one.
Well, and make sure to keep lemon juice on hand as just a quick...
And CBD.
Yeah, and CBD. Great prophylactics, and you could do it before or after if you feel like you might go a little too far, but definitely that's what I love about cannabis. If I don't like this ride, I'm going to get off. And it's...
Or switch rides.
Yeah, just switch. And that's the thing, I think about what our friend Miguel said that one time. He's like, no, dude, you just got to ride it out. I don't agree with you. You just got to ride out that anxiousness. I'm like, why? It's so horrible.
Yeah.
That's not why I smoke weed. If I want to do that one, I'll just go start going bungee jumping and shit. I fucking hate
If I need to feel anxious, there's ways I can do that.
Yeah, dude. You know how I can make myself feel anxious? Not pay my wife's car bill for a couple months.
Right? Stress about every other thing in life that happens. There's a million ways that we can feel anxious. You don't need to do it.
No, you don't.
If you're using cannabis, there's always a dose that is perfect for you. That you won't feel anxious. You're not going to feel stressed and overly, displaced. So it's always finding whatever's best for you. Find your dose, find your strain, find your terpene profile, and go from there.
Learn about them. And be particular about it. You're not a canna snob. You just are concerned. Yeah, you're a connoisseur. And the thing is, it's the same thing when people are like, oh yeah, what's the cheapest one and what's the highest THC? It's fine if fast food is your jam, then it's your jam. I'm not going to yuck someone's yums. However, it's nice to know where it's coming from, how it's grown, and what's gone into it, because for us here in Utah, we're a big fan of Dragonfly. They may not have the biggest variety of strains. They may not have a whole lot in their store. I have to say, it's the only downside. They don't have
a lot of
lot.
concentrates that are theirs yet, stuff like that. But as everyone, even you look at Montana, and Montana has where you can only grow, you can sell what you grow basically or produce. So there's way more dispensaries and things than there would be, because there's just, you have to kind of do your own, which seems like a lot of extra work, a lot of steps, a lot of, people who, then you're going, hey, instead of having to figure out how to run this big of a business, you need to figure out how to run this big of a business. and
you got to buy a whole bunch of other equipment
that you might never have had to worry about, and navigate managing all of that.
Now you got to pay for different things, different testing for different batches and products.
It just seems so laborious for that state. And maybe you guys can chime in if you're in Montana. Let us know, because it just seems like it would be so stressful to try and navigate that,
And you do it for the love of it. A lot of people get the idea that, I think that's just mainly in the CBD world, where they think they're going to get rich off the green. But then if you've got those, your drug war veterans who've been growing this and selling this for decades, they're just as particular about their cannabis too, and they always go to flower first, because it's the best way to experience cannabis. But again, it's all depending on where your level's at. So Blue Dream is a great entry-level strain, but go easy on it. Even though it has a low percentage of THC, it averages.
Yeah, it's usually pretty low.
Yeah, it's usually, but be careful with it.
Go low and slow.
Yeah, and make sure you get some water on there. I'm already getting a little headache, but I also take a medication that kind of dehydrates me a little bit. So,
well, what I noticed, and this is what I've been doing lately, is I actually just put a little bit of lime juice or dehydrated lime into my water, and then just a dash of pink Himalayan sea salt.
Did you do some lime? Did you dehydrate some lime?
No, Emily just buys these packages of it already pre-dehydrated sometimes.
It's just all ground up?
Yeah. So then you just put a little bit of that.
Is that like a Trader's?
I'm not sure. I'll have to send you the brand. I honestly don't know.
That sounds like a good idea. I'm like, because there's sometimes I just want something other than water.
Yes. Yeah.
And I need something.
But it quenches my thirst. I found it's been fantastic. I thought about this the other day, because I was I going to record? Oh, I was recording. I was recording the intro for the Happier Headspace thing I had to redo. So basically, I sat down and I was like, man, I'm clicky, and so I made that, and I just took a couple sips, and I was like, whoa, these couple sips just felt more lubricating to my mouth, more hydrating than drinking a whole glass of water, or lubricity, or the little Flint mints. And so I actually was like, this is such a simple way to do it, and it's healthy. I'm not having to go, what's in this? Is there extra shit I shouldn't be putting in my body? Going, oh, I wonder what other things are in this. Let's spray it around in the, I'm just like, well, I've got water from my really nice filtered thing. I've got sea salt, and I've got lime. So
that sounds good.
Yeah. So go try that out. If you're looking for cannabis, quality cannabis, go check out Cannabis School Approved. And if you guys have dispensaries in your area that you actually love their quality, their products, tell them to get on Cannabis School Approved, so everyone else can find them too.
All right, guys. Until next time.